Well, actually, I shouldn't review this, and not the chapter. I mean, it's extremely poor translations right now. But then again, I'm not meant to be a good review ranter. So it's the and besides, this chapter was so full of something that you need to review it. It's the One Piece chapter 834. We see a cover page of seems that the Amazon Lily has made a very big portrait of Luffy right under the Hancock's palace, and everybody's celebrating in it. And Hancock, well, she still cannot look Luffy in on that picture. She's just too much in love. It wouldn't surprise me if she approves if Luffy is the one who makes Amazon Lily her territory, because after all, it's only protected with the Shibukai. But back on the situations, I did not like the fact that Sanji is panicking the fact that he has handcuffs. Well, of course he's panicking, because now he realized he can't run away. And apparently, even if he touches them, they bleep. But the wind smokes have some kind of permission to actually shut down the beeping. And seeing that Sanji values his hands very much, he actually has a breakdown. And that is something I do not like. It means he almost gives up. Sanji, you're my favorite character. You cannot give up. You're not meant to surrender to despair, not to the face of the family. However, this chapter finally gives us something more. But it also gives us enormous amount of mystery. It appears that Whole Cake Island has their own newspaper, because the news was spreading something about what Jinbei were doing with Big Mom. He said he wanted to leave, so she was gonna spin a roulette on whatever he was gonna lose. Well, apparently the news is stating that he wanted to get out, but then as soon as he saw what he was gonna lose, he pulled back. So the whole Cake Island people will mock him for that. Huh. Okay, I guess that means that they are not good people. But it's not confirmed on what happened to Jinbei. Brook and Pedro are in the city, having hidden the shark suburb behind something. And he is worried on what's happened to Jinbei. And he also confirms in his mind that this is the reason why, of circumstances, he couldn't join the Straw Hat crew immediately. But it's not confirmed on what happened to him. Yes, I mean, I'm all for Jinbei not losing an arm or lifespan. So heck, if he pulled back, then it would have been happy for me, because then it means that Luffy will rescue Jinbei. But the news doesn't state so much. In fact, is he really alive and pulled back? Or is this some fabrication of the news? In fact, some people are actually beginning to already say it's impossible for Jinbei to go back on his words. Jinbei is a man of honor and obligations. He takes whatever he can do and he conquers it. For him to chicken out, even in the face of a Yonko, is that to be expected? Or is that not? I mean, the way the news is saying it almost sounds like no. What has happened here is not like Jinbei. In the way they describe him as being chicken out. Then again, you cannot serve another one if you're dead. But what happened to him, we don't know. And it seems we finally are starting to get some confirmations. I think. At least the confirmation for now. We all been wondering, is Pudding evil or is she good? I mean, this does not confirm it still at all, but it does seem to confirm that yes, she has met Sanji. Because we see Pudding trying out new dresses, or actually being forced to try out new dresses by Baron Tamago. And she's saying she has something very important to do. But Baron Tamago dismisses that she needs to try out new dresses. It's during this moment she, for the first time, the happy-looking Pudding is actually changing her face into something. But I've only met him once. So this seems to confirm that the story that she met Sanji was not a lie. And the fact that she says, I have something really important I really must do, also seems to see in fact that everything she said to the Straw Hats were true. I mean, I'm all for Pudding being a kind-hearted person. I mean, she was so adorable. I mean, unless she hides something more other than a third eye over there, then I'll say she's a pretty sweet girl. But I'm still not really sure if she really would join the Straw Hat crew and marry Sanji if I mean, if this is a rescue arc, Jinbei, Pudding, and Sanji, then fine. But it's not exactly sure if Pudding will be rescued. This for now seems to hint that Pudding is a good character, but well, we can be trolled. Either way, but it turns out that the Big Mom know everything that the Straw Hats about here. And it turns out that they were, well, not so stealthy at all. And this is why people began still to question, is Pudding really evil? But it seems that she didn't tell anyone. But the news, they still reported to them, even after Peckham said that they shouldn't. That the ship was here, and also that they have managed to get out sketches to everyone that is to be rescued. So yeah, the infiltration is a complete and utter failure, and they realize that. And they have also revealed, and to Brooks and Pedro's fear, they realize that, well, not only have Luffy and the Co ended up in the Forest of Seduction, but also the fact that the two others are also wanted. I mean, Pedro and Brook, they know they are here. That is what's same. But how do they know? Well, we get one scene in this chapter that seems to hint that how. People were always saying it's Pudding, but I think it's the environment. And what do you mean? Well, we see a picture when they say, how do they know everything? Where are they watching us from? We see some live flowers that was actually very near them when they were having their oh crap moment. So maybe, just maybe, these living objects have been spying on the Straw Hats ever since they had landed on the whole Cake Island, and that's how they know everything. But it turns out the one who kidnapped Peckham's was actually Capone Beige, and he seems to have done that without Big Mom's authority. Either way, it's revealed that the ugly lady, well, maybe she shouldn't be that ugly, but it turns out that the lady who looked very much like Lola is married to Beige. I mean, it's all but confirmed now that every single one of Big Mom's children marries a Big Mom ally, but to think that it's Capone Beige that is married to that one, it's pretty strange. I mean, they're both not so attractive looking, but they even have a son. Either way, the lady is called, if this translation is correct, Charlotte Chiffon, and is apparently this 22nd lady. I mean, 22nd daughter of the Big Mom. And they already have a son, someone called Capone Gang Pets, maybe? And well, that baby looked pretty much like his father. Everything. Either way, he has captured Peckham's, chained him up near a cliff, and we're just gonna shoot him where he's gonna drown, if the guns are not gonna kill him, the sea will, seeing that Peckham's is a devil fruit user. Oh, and there are some spotted sharks in that lake too, so it's a you cannot survive moment a single bit. But I'm still confused. But before he shoots Peckham's, Peckham screams to Capone Beige, "You are underestimating Big Mom." As he gets shot, he falls into the lake. I guess that is the end of Peckham's. But, what the hell? Who is this gang? I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate gang. I hate Capone with a passion. I hated even the fact that reviewers were ranking him so hey. Capone Beige is not a kind person. He is not. He is without any doubt a supernova that's going to become an enemy. But there have been a theory that has been spurning around the network lately, and that is, what if Capone Beige is betraying Big Mom? I mean, even for a supernova such as him, I'll find that pretty unlikely. But it's just what Peckham says. You are underestimating what Mama can do. Means that he kidnapped Peckhams. Even Baron Tamago do not know that where Peckhams were. That means he did it himself. Could that theory be true? That theory that people say that the Germa and the Capone Besh fire tank pirate is in a secret alliance in order to dethrone Big Mom? Hmm. I'm wondering. I'm really, really wondering. I mean, we have three villains for this arc. Big Mom, Vinsmoke Jaji, and Capone Besh. So still, what is his intentions? Who knows? But is this the farewell to for Peckhams? I mean, it practically is. He was not only shot, but he fell into the ocean. He can't swim, and even if he could swim, the sharks would eat him alive. So, yeah, maybe this is the end of Peckhams. Still, I don't have no idea why Besh did this. And finally, well, it seems that Big Mom has summoned son Caesar, revealing that her dream is somehow to get every race to become a family, sit around the dinner table and have at the same eye level. I admit that is a bit admirable, but I mean, I just don't understand that lady's thinking. She is crazy, she is. But the fact that she says, I want you to turn my family into giants with the power of science, I mean, in a way, that dream of hers is not stable. It's nothing wrong of seeing everyone as the same and having anyone around the dinner table. In fact, in the One Piece world, that is very admirable. But the way Big Mom puts it, it doesn't sound admirable. The fact that she even wants to turn her own family into giants. Isn't Big Mom practically a giant already? I mean, that is at least the secret research Caesar did. And it turns out he wasted it on, well, hookers, or maybe just some call girls. So Caesar, being as dumb as he is, commits a lie saying it's fangs. If it wasn't for the fact of the straws, he would have completed it. But then it turns out that Big Mom has already created a lab for Caesar to continue this research. I mean, Caesar, for someone who claims he is a very smart person, you're not very bright. I mean, you know that Joker is defeated, and yet you still think you can arrogantly make up a lie? Caesar, you're not a genius. You are a dumbass. A complete another dumbass. Granted, he may have a logia, but that's the only thing he does have. He may have some durability but he doesn't have strength. He has just durability and a logia. And to make a lie in front of a big mom, a Jonko, not to mention the fact that he is one of the few who cannot fight back. I mean, he probably would have been killed even if he did confirm, but the fact that he thinks he can lie and survive this just proves it other way. Either way, the new lab they have created is similar to the Pankasard, and Caesar has 1 to 2 weeks to complete this project. And the one who's taking care of um, um, him is apparently the first son of the Charlotte family, an old, very ugly-looking guy with a very long tongue that has apparently eaten a candy devil fruit. He's called Charlotte Pero, I think, the candy minister, and apparently eaten some licky fruit. He is saying that he holds the heart which Sanji gave to the others, and it's apparently that if Caesar does not complete this project, then Pero will turn him into a candy and lick him. So that's a first. A devil fruit that actually can turn people into candy. Do we have a Majin Buu here? I mean, there was that non-canonical Ame no Mi, a Logia fruit which allowed you to turn into syrup from a One Piece movie. I guess this is similar to that fruit, except it's not a Logia, but a Paramecia. But what? So that's the firstborn son of the Shuttle family. Well, he looks old. I mean, this review was unfortunately longer than it had to be. I'm sorry about that. It could, all in all, almost be called a live reaction. But finally, Luthie has run back and apparently found both Sanji and Pudding, or at least what they think about them. But when he meets the giants, he sees troops and see many different clones of all the other people that suddenly are barking. So what the hell happened? I thought the Mirror Mirror fruit only created copies of one. What happened to Brûlé? Where is the real Carrot and Nami? Oh yeah, and I guess Chopper. So all in all, that's a dish chapter. If Pudding revealed is not a traitor, then that's all fine by me. But this was very much information, and it's good. The story need to move. It's not confirmed if there was gonna be a break next week, but if it's not, then it's very likely that next week we'll do it. But all in all, what is Besh's motives? Is he really secretly planning on betraying Big Mom? Then, if he does, then it must mean he has a plan. And also, what is can and also why do Big Mom really want to make them all his family giants? I mean, she said her dream was to everyone to have the same height, but that's impossible. She is gonna turn other species giant too. As admirable as the dreams say, I for one only say it's crazy. All in all, sorry for the very long review, but give me your thoughts if you have any.